Math 50, Section 7.2. In this section, you're going to learn how to solve percent problems using equations. The key to being successful in this section is to understand, be able to translate these key words. If you can translate these key words into a math problem and understand how to solve equations, you'll be great at this section. So in math, the word of means to multiply. So whenever you see the word of, means multiply. Is another word for equal. What is going to be our unknown, x. Okay? So, and then plus, don't forget, if you see like 25%, you're going to move the decimal 2 places to the left. Okay? So, in the first set of problems, they don't want you to solve it. They just want you to translate it into an equation. Do not solve. So here we go. Number 1, 5 is what percent? X is what? Percent means out of 100. Of means times 20. Example number 2. 1.2 is 30%, so turn 30% into a decimal, 0.30. Of means times x. In example 3, what number is x? Is 25% would be 0.25 times 0.008. Okay, here's some more. Example 4. 5 and 6. So 4 is saying 38%. So turn that into a decimal. 0.38 of means times 200 is what number? Number 5. Number 5 says 40%, so 0.40 of what number is 80? And the last one, what percent, so that's x over 100, of 85 is 34. Okay, so now we're going to start setting these up and actually doing the math. Okay, so for example number 7, it says what number, so x, is 35%, so 0.35 of means times 60. So simply multiply these two numbers and you get 21. That's your answer. Example 8. It says 85%, so 0.85 of means times 300 is what number? So just multiply these two numbers and you get 255. Okay. Number 9. This says 12%, so 0.12 times what number is 0.6. So now this is just, think of this as a simple. If it said 2x equals 6, you would divide by 2. So x is 3. Well, this is 0.12x. So you're going to divide both sides by 0.12. So x is equal to this decimal over this decimal. Now, if you want to get rid of the decimals, you move this 2 over and you move this 2 over. So this is really 60 over 12, which is equivalent to 5. Number 10, it says 13 is 6.5%, so 6.5% of what number? So percent, you're going to move the decimal 2 places over, so 0.065 times x equals 13, and then divide by 0.065. And with a little help of the calculator, you end up with 200. Number 11, what percent? Now, I do this a little different because I want to stay consistent. What percent of 12 equals 9? Okay, so this is two fractions being multiplied together. So this really says 12, if you multiply across, 12x over 100 equals 9 over 1. Now if you cross multiply, you get 12x equals 900. And then divide by 12. So 12x equals 900. Divide both sides by 12. And x is equal to 12 goes into 900. It would be 0.75. So now, I'm sorry, this is going to be 75. My bad, because they do it differently. They turn what percent is x, and then they move the decimal 2 places over at the end. You can do that as well. That's another way to do it. So if you just write it as x over 100, the answer that you get will be the actual percent. So if you do it this way, x percent, x times 12 equals 9, at the very end you have to move the decimal 2 places over to convert that decimal into a percent. So either way works. Okay. Number 78. I'm sorry, number 70. Number 12 says 78 is what percent? So if you want to do it the way they are doing it in this, you do what percent is x times 65. So divide both sides by 65. And you're going to get this decimal 1.2. But then you're going to have to remember to move the decimal 2 places over to get 120%. Because 1.2 is not the answer. Now if you do it the way I'm showing you, you have this. You have 78 is what percent means x over 100 times 65. Okay, so you have 65x over 100 equals 78 over 1. And then when you cross multiply, 65x equals 78 with 2 zeros. Then divide by 65 and use your calculator if you need to. So I have mine right here. So 7,800 divided by 65 and you get 120. And that answer will already be in percent form for you. Okay. And I believe that concludes section 7.2.